I'm live streaming.
Whatever.
There's a lot of internet. Plus, I had to turn off notifications on Twitter because someone retweeted me who was apparently a big account.
What'd you say?
I tweeted something about the Weimar Republic, and
Whatever.
someone retweeted it, it looks like.
No.
Anyway, let's see. Looks like the stream's going.
Is the thing recording though?
It's going to
the
in a
important
second.
part. What if I don't? That Moran's ain't on.
Rants will be on in a second. Making sure we got everything good.
Yeah, I got a streaming setup finally that's like so good that it doesn't leave a whole bunch of cables all over the place.
Yep.
So I can just go boop and turn it on. But I do need a monitor or something because the only way I was able to see the chat because the TV is being used by the game.
Yeah, no, I got the exact same problem.
So the only way I could see the chat is what I did is I used my work computer to see the chat. But then I couldn't see XSplit on the work computer because XSplit was on the HTPC.
Yup.
But if I get a second monitor, then I can
That's
do
why
it.
I'm going to put this monitor here vertical because I want to have this dashboard up and I want to have OBS up. Because sometimes I need to see both for various reasons.
But the point is I'm using my HTPC sitting on the couch.
Yeah, but I'm here, so I'm going to be like, and that monitor, the ancient one, is going to go out there
I got
for the other.
I got a Switch game. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna buy that $100 monitor and like just keep it behind the TV.
What an age that you can buy a monitor like that for $100.
It's 1080p TV, basically. It's a 22-inch television, basically.
Yeah, but $100. I mean that.
And then I gotta go home though. I'm actually gonna check the video card to see if it's gonna work.
No.
But anyway,
because I paid more than that for my.
Because I think I'm using the HDMI output on the TV. So if the video card only has more display ports, that monitor isn't going to work.
Most cheap video cards only have like one display port.
All the video cards today, it has a 1070 on my HDVC.
All right, you got a real video card.
But all the video cards today have like one HDMI 3 display port. It's very hard. I don't see a lot with like multiple. So I got to check back there and see. And like, can I use like this isn't going to be doing anything 3D on the external monitor. I could maybe use the onboard one, but I got to test that first, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so then I could just pull the TV out, the monitor out from behind the TV, put it on the table, and then put it back behind the TV when I'm not streaming.
All right. Well, here. Let's get the show done, because I am slightly hungry.
I also require food.
It's 2:22. It's Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017. I'm Rim.
I'm Scott.
And this is GeekNights. Tonight, we're talking about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. So you got your opening bit? Just go for it.
Okay. Have you heard of this new subreddit?
Of the bird?
It's relatively new, as far as I know. I'm newly aware of it, no matter how old it is.
All right, we'll see, because I found a few choice subreddits recently.
And it's called Shower Orange. Have you heard of this?
Yes, I saw this.
You saw the Shower Orange?
First, someone posted the rules to that subreddit, and then later I went and actually saw the subreddit.
So I tried the Shower Orange this morning.
How'd it go?
I went to the...
That's very Cosmo Kramer. Right?
I went to the... Yeah, pretty much, exactly. I went to the grocery last night and bought 5 oranges. And first of all, I got to say, oranges are a bad deal. Orange juice is like... expensive orange juice is like $4 for like half a gallon, right? For quality orange juice.
You want to make a half a gallon of orange juice from oranges?
Right. 5 oranges was $4. Okay? And these aren't good Florida oranges. These are New York oranges that didn't have much flavor, right? So I bring the orange in the shower. And A, it's convenient because you just wash it right there. It's nice and clean, right?
Yeah.
2, it gives you something to do in the shower besides when you're like maybe waiting for...
Well, see, the problem is right now I got the waterproof cell phone. So while I'm standing there for a few minutes every morning, I'll actually just kind of read FARC. Then I'll get about my business.
But anyway, it was a little bit hard to peel the orange. I don't have like fingernails, and
yeah, gotta do the clementine if you want to peel it with your hand.
it's wet. So, but I did it.
I recommend cutting an incision into the orange before you go into the shower.
I don't want to leak any shower into the orange.
No, I mean you're in the shower with the orange. You're gonna
See,
have
if it gets on the outside of the orange, that's not a problem. But as soon as it gets inside the orange,
it's just water. What else are you gonna get in there?
I don't want to eat soap.
I imagine you eat the orange like before you're fully soaped up.
Nah, whatever. Anyway, I actually...
We're gonna put a garbage disposal in the bottom of the shower.
I just took the peels out with me and threw them in the garbage. So when I opened the orange...
Oh, so this keeps going.
Yeah.
All right. So
So when I opened the orange, I began to understand why people like this, because it, like, the citrus odor just like went and it was like
you can get that just by spraying like a puff of citrusol while you're in there, though.
Yes, you could, but it was from a real orange. Like, it was so good. But the problem was that disappeared like in less than a second. It was like oh, it's gone.
I guess you gotta have a steady stream of oranges.
Yeah, just keep opening oranges one after another on a conveyor belt, right? And then I started eating the orange, and I was just eating an orange, and eating it in the shower wasn't any different than eating it outside the shower, except because I sort of had to take a shower, I kind of ate it in a hurry.
Well, yeah, because
If I'm eating it outside, I'm going to eat it like
one wedge at a time.
right, but I'm in the shower, and it's like I have to finish showering, so I'm like, right? So it changes the eating part, unless you have time to take a forever shower.
Which I usually do. I kind of make time for that.
Sure, but this was a morning shower. I've been taking more night showers, but because it was shower orange, I took a morning shower on purpose because I figured that's when it'd be more effective. Anyway, who wants to eat an orange like late at night?
Yeah, I already got a message for the stream. Quote, I feel mildly uncomfortable looking at this subreddit.
So, I ate the orange, and then I finished taking a shower, and I think the shower orange is not really all it's cracked up to be, but I'm withholding judgment because I think if I had like a good orange from like Florida, a fresh quality
like
orange.
a big old, like, one of those heavy feeling oranges.
Well, I got the right variety of orange. It just wasn't fresh and powerful and local and whatnot, right? So it wasn't, when I opened it, like each wedge only had a little bit of flavor.
'Cause now I'm already imagining forget the shower. The shower is just a pale imitation. You need to be floating in the ocean eating the orange.
Sure. That'd be great. But it's just, I need an orange that maintains its citrusy power and makes the whole shower orange flavored, and not just, a whiff of orange flavor followed by a few bites of orange flavor.
I hate to say this. I feel like an orange cough drop will suffice.
Possibly, yeah. Also, I could just, my shower currently, the flavor that it has is the flavor of Neutrogena rain bath, which is much better flavor than orange.
Yeah, you don't want to drink that.
No, I don't want to eat it, but I mean, as soon as I get the soap out, that's the whole shower gets that soap flavor, and I use luxury hotel soap, so right? And I don't really, if I wanted to replace that with orange, I would just get orange soap.
See, I use some sort
of
scentless,
they definitely make that.
Yeah, I just use like scentless, sort of like sea salty soap.
You haven't tried the rain bath.
Yeah. Well, I haven't tried the orange either, apparently.
Well, orange is better than nothing, but so I guess if I was in a shower that didn't have like a flavor and I wanted to flavor it up, I'd get an orange. Or maybe I'd
go with the grapefruit.
If grapefruit is actually one of these.
It's banned. I know.
There's a wide variety of permitted citrus, and grapefruit is not permitted. And I agree, because grapefruits are awful.
I feel like I should make the grapefruit only one. Shower grapefruit.
First of all, now you're getting the spoon in the shower. This is already a problem.
No, the whole
point of the orange is
forget the spoon,
you can't eat a grapefruit
in your face like a watermelon.
You cannot eat a grapefruit with your hands.
Yeah, you can.
No,
the only thing stopping you is human decency and the fact that it makes a big mess. But if you're in the shower,
also it tastes disgusting.
Grapefruit is amazing.
It's gross.
Granted, I do not like eating raw grapefruit.
I just drink hydrochloric acid then.
So, in the news, and there's a bunch of news, but I actually kind of want to talk about this because I caught up 100%.
We've done this news before, though.
On Adventure Time.
We've done this news, though.
So I have a geek bite of reviewing the miniseries, because Adventure Time has actually only done 2 of these miniseries that are sort of standalone. They did Stakes, which was... Name another one.
That's not really a mini-series is what I'm saying. It's just more than 2 episodes that go together.
Well, I say more. Yeah, it's a series of episodes, but Stakes sort of told its own story about Marceline, start to finish.
Sure.
And what's I think interesting about Islands is that Stakes just sort of like told this side story. Islands is like, say Adventure Time had not occurred up to this point, and like the next season of Adventure Time was starting, like the beginning of a show. Mm-hmm. Islands is almost like the prequel to that. Mm. Islands literally is Finn and a few other characters find out there might be humans somewhere and go off with Susan Strong to some islands to find out what happened to the last of the humans.
It makes sense.
And it's
not a spoiler. That's like obvious.
Yeah, but it's deeply tied to the continuity. And actually already I noticed some things. in the background. You know, all the like in Stakes and all these other things where you see like other characters and flashbacks and in the background, you see a lot of corpses and items that indicate the statuses and dispositions and end states of a lot of those people.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me a lot of confidence that the last season of Adventure Time, which is not the one that's on now, it's the one that airs next year, because Islands just occurs in the middle of the current season, which just has more episodes that are coming out at some point, I guess.
I'm sticking with my strategy of I stopped watching and I'm going to watch again when the final episode comes out. I'm going to go and be done.
Thing is, I just started catching up because it's so good, and I kind of forgot because Steven Universe has been the hotness lately, and I like Steven Universe.
What's my hurry?
But Adventure Time has quite a long-standing, I don't know, milieu of its own thing, and I think Adventure Time is a top-tier show. And I was kind of reminded of that by watching a bunch of it again.
Sure.
Also, it's going to end. So, you know, your strategy,
is there any
right?
Choose Goose that I missed?
I don't think there's any Choose Goose.
Then there's no reason for me to hurry up. I can just wait.
However, you say this is your strategy. When are you going to read Dr. McNinja? Because it is 100% done.
As soon as I get a chance, probably real soon.
Yeah, you can just blow through it. I mean, it's... You know King Radical was up to something, and you're just going to find out what he was up to.
Obviously.
It's pretty good. And it's 100% over. There will be never more.
Not
Dr.
even
McNinja.
one more page of Dr. McNinja will ever be created.
In fact, if you go to the site now, it shows the first page of Dr. McNinja, and it warns you not to click back.
All right.
So you got any news?
Oh, I do have a news. So, a lot of people have not seen as much Gundam as I've seen. But maybe they're not opposed to seeing some Gundam, right? Maybe they're like, oh, I do kind of want to see some Gundams, but I don't know which ones to watch. There's so many, I don't understand, right? Well, how convenient. Hulu, which I recently suspended my subscription because South Park isn't on right now.
Yep, I had also paused my Hulu. I got the C-Roll going, and I got the Netflix going.
I only have C-Roll right now because I'm watching Yo Paddle. I might turn it back on because they just added to Hulu 5 Gundams, and they are 5 excellent Gundams. They added Gundam Seed, which is the HD version that does not even have dub. It's subtitle only.
I could almost watch that again.
Just go right for it. Just go right into that. No problem. They also got Gundam The Origin, which I kind of want. That's the one I would resubscribe to see because I read all the manga, but I haven't seen the anime of Gundam The Origin.
Oh, 8th MS Team.
I got 8th MS Team, which is way short. How many episodes is it? Like 8?
Not many.
It's not a lot of episodes. You could watch this.
Marathon that crap.
You could watch this shit in a day.
Whoa, there's actually 12.
12 episodes. So that's like a one-day show. You could watch it in like a week. You watch an episode every day.
That's like a whole arc of Utena.
Yeah, just watch 2 episodes every day, and you'll see all of 8th MS Team, one of the best Gundams there is. It's on Hulu right now. All of these are sub and dub, except for Gundam Seed, which is sub only. Gundam Wing, the one that was on Cartoon Network.
The one that I never watched all the way through in order.
The only thing I've seen all the way through is the movie with the Tumix music. I never saw the whole TV show all the way through.
TV show
in
also
order.
has Tumix music.
So I mean, if I watch Gundam The Origin, maybe I'll actually do that and watch Gundam Wing all the way through in order. And then,
what do you think the plot of Gundam Wing is?
So
I'm just curious.
There's a bunch of kids on a planet, and there's some sort of war, and there's an evil government that's all fascist.
Are the kids the good guys or the bad guys?
The kids are the good guys, but some of them are bad guys.
Are they?
And the kids get Gundams, 1 Gundam per kid. And there's that girl who's like, basically Princess Leia. She's like in the government. She's Lacus Klein.
Yeah.
And then there's a dude who's not Char, but he's Char. And they must fight in space with robots.
That sounds about right. Except I think they mostly fight. I think they also fight on the planet a lot.
Yeah, sure. They do that in every Gundam. That's how it works. And then there's a dramatic part where you go into space and a dramatic part where you come out of space.
I gotta say, so if you
because re-entry is hell.
If you have never seen any Gundams somehow, despite listening to GeekNights.
You could. That's the best. This is what I'm saying, is that all of these Gundams, including the one I didn't mention yet, Gundam 00, which I have only seen a couple episodes of. But
I've never actually seen it, so
I don't know if it's any good or not, because I've only seen 2 episodes, and those weren't bad. Is that any of these Gundams are Gundams that you can just watch right away with no Gundam knowledge whatsoever,
Yep.
right? You don't need to know nothing about no Gundams to pick any one of these. You can just start from episode 1 of any of these.
And
No problem.
I'm not even talking like, oh, there's all this backstory that won't matter. Like,
No, you
just
can
sort of
literally start from episode 1 of any of these.
Yep. Gundam Seed introduces the concept of a Gundam.
Maybe Gundam the Origin would be. I don't know if it like retells the whole thing or if it's just the parts that weren't in. I don't know enough about it to say that for sure. But all the other ones,
yeah,
you can just start watching from nothing.
If I had to recommend, I'd recommend Gundam Seed.
I'd recommend 8th MS Team because it's better, but Gundam Seed will tell you. Gundam 8th MS Team is the best of these that I know of.
Yeah, but Gundam is more
Seed,
like accessible.
Right. Gundam Seed is giving you, that is what all the other Gundams are like. If you watch Gundam Seed and then you go back and watch the original Gundam, you'd be like, hey, this is real similar to Gundam Seed, only like different characters. And it's like, yeah, that's how Gundam is.
Yeah,
Right?
wait, there's a mask guy. What's going on?
And then you
here?
watch Gundam Wing and you'd be like, this is really similar. Yeah. They're all basically the same story retold with characters with different names and different looking robots.
Well, except War in the Pocket is just War is sad.
Well, War in the Pocket's even shorter than Ace of
War in the Pocket is just like one shot. It's like a movie, basically.
Yeah, but anyway, all of these were like excellent choices to put up on the Hulu. So if you want to see Gundams and you're an anime fan, sign up for Hulu with the no ad version, and then watch a Gundam and then turn it off so you stop paying. Because you don't want to pay for it if you're not using it.
All right. Control S. All right, things of the day.
I haven't actually drawn a cat. Let me draw one.
Yep. You gonna draw the cat? I've never drawn one. All right. What the hell kind of cat is that?
That's a really.
Is that a foot? What are you doing here?
It's not easy to draw with a mouse.
No, it isn't. I drew an okay cat. That's a dick.
They got mangled in the threshold.
It was in an accident. Ooh, yeah, look, there's like gore coming off of it. The stream just says, "Oh my god."
Can they see that?
Yeah.
What? Where can they see that?
Oh, here's so this is what the stream looks like.
Oh, I thought, woo, whatever.
Oh yeah, but this browser is always up
Okay.
because I need something other than our faces, so I show whatever I'm looking at because I'm like looking at show notes and stuff. and,
whatever.
All right, anyway. Yeah. Oh my god.
As soon as I started laughing, it wiggled.
So I use Twitter a lot, and I keep tabs on Twitter. Like I check it pretty much all day. Like
I read every single goddamn tweet.
Yup.
And I have done so since I started using Twitter for
If
real.
someone
Every
tweets too
single
much,
tweet,
I mute him for a little while.
every single tweet of anyone I follow is seen by my eyes and read. And if I don't like tweets, I unfollow aggressively.
Yup.
There's probably a bunch of people I follow that never tweet, and I don't see any of their tweets, so I don't unfollow them. But if someone tweets badly or too much, I unfollow.
Yup.
And
it's tough now because
I follow new things very rarely.
Yup. I just followed a new account, a newish account at least, that it uses emoji to every day tweet one like randomized roguelike dungeon.
I recently discovered the Darwin Awards as a Twitter account that constantly posts videos.
Oh, because Lou was retweeting that a bunch.
of people hurting themselves.
Yep.
And they're very funny, but there's too many of them, so I'm gonna unfollow.
Yeah. I trust a few
I
other
don't need.
people.
I need like one of those a day, not.
For like drone delivery. But it's neural networks figuring out what something is or interacting with it from training. But this one is trained to look at edges, like lines, like vector art, and find the cats, or in this case, what Scott drew, the dick.
Why don't we do this except instead of cats' dicks and
So-
use a bunch of porn as the?
Here's edges to shoes, edges to handbags.
Why didn't we do edges to dicks?
Why not? Let's learn this. Let's see. So it uses TensorFlow.
Sure.
We can learn that pretty easily.
Make edges to dicks and
I
put,
read a
put one
tutorial-
advertisement on it. You'll make a fortune.
I read a tutorial on TensorFlow.
I tried to read a tutorial on it, and it said, do all this math. And I said, fuck you. You're supposed to do the math for me. And I didn't understand it.
Edges to dicks.
Yes.
It
Yes.
does not yet exist.
Yes.
Feel the hatred flow.
And then it must have a counterpart. Edges to boobs.
No, it's just dicks.
Boobs.
Just dicks.
Also boobs.
So anyway, if you draw or attempt to draw a cat of some kind into this thing, it will use machine learning and the height of modern technology to find the cat in it. And this has already taken over Twitter for like 3 days, so you can just go enjoy it, and everyone will forget about it in like a week.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it. That's
All
my
right, so
thing.
back when we were in college, we went to hockey games.
Yep.
And, sporting events at colleges, the crowds are smaller. The crowds are more rabid and dedicated and unified.
Well organized.
And it's the same people every time, right? Who are going to every single game. It's not, and sitting in the same place every single game. Not like a professional sporting event where there's thousands of people who are mostly there like one shot. It's the only game they're going to see that season or year ever, right? So we used to do all sorts of organized chanting to mess with the goalie of the other team primarily.
Yup.
And also enjoy ourselves more.
Skate, skate, skate.
But this is not unique to hockey. It also happens in the baseball. And here is the best one I've seen of the baseball. And yeah, it's Texas, so fuck them. But hey, good job. I enjoy this. Keep doing it.
I am amazed. Not that they do this, because, like you said, this is a kind of common thing. The sheer persistence of this particular...
I'm not amazed at that. If we had a thing like that at RIT, would we have persisted?
But the corner crew, could get the corner going, and you could get
It's true. They have an entire baseball stadium going, which is much larger than a little corner crew.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing where you imagine, a mother teaching her daughter, listen...
I also think it's easier to persist when you have that many people because, you can take a break and then someone else takes a break and you get back into it.
But there's also a fine line where the more people you have, the more possibility of fracture. Look, at a Rangers game, you can't get Let's Go Rangers going consistently for more than 2 runs of it, tops.
It's not easy.
You start a Let's Go Rangers, the dude fucking next to you will be out of sync immediately.
Yeah.
So, Texas A&M, my hat is off to you. That's just not bad. In the meta moment, the book club book is Frank Herbert's Dune.
Hoibit.
Because we've never...
Dune.
Neither one of us has actually read it all the way through. We just know a lot about Dune because it's kind of pop culture-y, but we don't know it that well. I know way more about the Wheel of Time than I do about Dune. So,
I guess that's true.
In fact, because I've read all of the Wheel of Time, I'm in that club of people who know about the Wheel of Time, and I understand now why those people always want to talk to other people about Wheel of Time.
So you want to join the Dune Club too?
No, I'm reading the first book of Dune. I am confident that even though somehow I read all of Wheel of Time from that first book we did, I am confident I will not have the desire to read the second Dune book.
Well, I didn't have the desire to read the first Dune book in middle school, so let's find out.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're going to be live real soon on Friday. Not this week, not next week, but the following week, Friday at 6 p.m. in the Bumblebee Theater. We're doing a panel at PAX East. Play dirty to win. And let me tell you, that panel already got to the point where there is a line, and beyond that line are additional slides of winning techniques that even I will not use. This is gonna be a fun panel, I think. I gotta, because I was like, here's the panel to Scott, and Scott was like, no, you need to push it. You need to go deeper.
That's right.
And we went deeper, and it's still going deep. The bottom is not there yet. I think the bottom might be actually kill your opponent.
That works.
Yeah, but ahead of time, so they don't show up to the tournament, and you get a bye in the second round. Anyway. Otherwise, you should follow me and Scott on YouTube, and we're doing a thing because in the last 12 years, we have done a lot of GeekNights episodes, and a lot of those happen to be reviews of board games. However, while many people might particularly enjoy our style of board game review, I feel like very few people who review games actually go into the depth that we go into. Or a lot of them are often wrong about things. But anyway, I think our board game reviews are pretty good, but they're buried under all that other crap that happens. I was talking about cat dicks and edges to dicks and all that nonsense. So I'm taking every single board game review we have ever done and putting them on YouTube with just slideshows of images of the games and just the board game review and nothing else.
Why would you want to listen to audio on YouTube when you could get the MP3 and just skip ahead?
So skip ahead to where? It's not like there's a time code saying
you could figure it out. You listen for the thing of the day part, and then you know.
What do you mean listen for? That already means scroll forward. Nope. Scroll. Nope. Up. Okay. Now there's that music. They're still talking about dicks. Okay.
If someone wants to do that, that's on them, but I don't give a shit.
No one's going to do that. Also, it is difficult to, unless I make a separate podcast feed of just the main bits, most people can't be asked, and most people don't even listen to podcasts.
Well, that's good. They shouldn't. Don't waste your time.
No, so YouTube feels like a better way for this. Plus, that's the kind of thing that'll actually get shared. If someone's like, hey, play this game, they'll actually link to a YouTube, but they're not going to link to...
You're going to link to a YouTube that just shows images?
They seem to be popular already.
People are sad.
That's how things go. So what I say to you is if you like our board game reviews, you should check this out and send these to the people you know who are too dumb to listen to podcasts. I think that's it. We can talk about the Dragon Show.
Dragon Day.
Yeah. I've been watching other anime, which Scott hasn't, and I'm not watching Yoa Pedal.
I'm watching Yoa Pedal.
I think I'm I don't have anything else to say about Yoa Pedal.
There's nothing new to say. It's just more of the same.
I mean, it's like Initial D. Like, I didn't even watch all of Initial D. I kind of stopped around 4th stage. It just kept going and stopped caring.
So I didn't go all the way with Initial
The new
D.
Lupins are really good, but you haven't watched any of that stuff.
So anyway, it's Dragon Maid show. So everyone was talking about the Dragon Maid show. It got mentioned to me by like multiple people.
Yup, it filled my Twitter feed like to a degree that I was shocked by. Like I just out of nowhere for like a week, nothing but dragons in my Twitter feed. And then it went away, and actually, as of now, the thing that's filling my Twitter feed is that Kimono Friends show.
I don't know what that is, but anyway.
That's animal people, but it's kind of like Daimako Dobe. It's the one that we...
Oh, that's a good thing.
It's the thing that we assumed doing Judge Anime by its cover, that it was going to be a worse version of Daimako Dobutsu.
Is it?
So, I don't know, but... It has got some Twitter staying power, and a lot of people are saying, no, it looks low production value and not that good, but stick with it a few episodes, and everyone's like flipping out about this show.
So anyway, Dragon Maid, I heard about Dragon Maid from multiple people, so I said, well, multiple people have said something, and friends are coming over, so let's watch this thing, because Natalie was already way into it, and Judith hadn't seen any, so...
Yep.
So
And
we
Emily and
watched-
I were like, well,
So we watched-
I like dragons.
We watched every episode that was on Crunchyroll. So the first thing about the show is it's made by the same studio that made Lucky Star and a bunch of garbage. And the show is just like every other show that they've made. Right? So...
Now, I do like Lucky Star, but those kinds of shows are not forever. Those are the kinds of shows like Excel Saga, where your friend who's way into anime...
this isn't as crazy as that.
Yeah, but your friend who's way into anime tries to get you to watch it, but yet it's really only for people who are way into anime.
It is this show is definitely for only for people who are into anime, first of all.
But this show, Kobayashi Sanji no Maid Dragon, is for people who are into monster girls, moe, but like edging into moe, not like current moe. This is like, it's like one step away from getting into the creepy stuff.
Yep.
And you also are into...
But there is the tiny girl dragon.
Yeah. But at least as far as... I only watched the first 4 episodes. They haven't gone
I
anywhere.
watched 5 episodes.
Oh.
So I don't want to say the show is bad, right? Because it's like it's
cute enough to where like I kept watching it.
I didn't. I watched it because that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone past episode like 2. But like it's good at what it is but what it is not a thing I want.
Yep.
Right? It's like there are some funny bits. For example, there's the evil dragon guy, Fafnir.
Oh, Fafnir.
And it's like he is a funny his character is a funny joke, right? He's an evil dragon, he's dark, and you know, he wants to...
Well, like in the first episode where she calls him for advice, and he's just like...
Kill all the humans.
Kill all who see your treasure. Trust no one. Kill any...
Right. It's like he is... He likes to play video games. It's like, that's a funny character, but that joke gets old. It's only funny like 2 times, and then he's not funny anymore. He's just... Right? And there's a lot of boobs and stuff, which it's like at my limit of tolerance for boobiness. I'm like, all right, it's too much.
It's definitely at the limit. Like, it's at the line.
It's like, if there's any more fan service, I would like burn this with fire. But it's like, all right, that's the most fan service I can take without hurting somebody.
Now, on one hand, it is refreshing that it's 2 girls. But on the other hand, it is definitely at least 50% male gazy.
Yeah, it's not. Here's the thing, right? It would be cool. It's cool that it's like a lesbian action, right? The female dragon and the female human.
Yep. And I like how she is like the normal girl is kind of just like this nerdy programmer normal person.
Right. The problem is they, at least in the 5 episodes worth, they don't make it explicit. Right? It's like just the dragon girl is obviously all over the regular girl. There's nothing unexplicit about that. But the regular girl is not reciprocating in any way other than allowing her to live in the house.
She holds her hand a little bit. She puts up with her crap.
But when he's holding the hand, it's not like Ooh, holding the hand like My Love Story. It's holding the
Yeah.
hand like come with me, stop messing around.
They're just really
making
good
trouble.
friends.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, we haven't seen. Like, I don't know where it goes. I don't know if it has like an explicit ending.
But it's
or
like it's
anything.
got to. They have in order to make that like excusable. They got to cross that line and be like, okay, I will give you the credit now that you said it out loud. But if you just sort of keep it on the down low, you're basically just leaving it for male gaziness, and I can't give you credit just for pretending or alluding to some Yuri action. You gotta actually give Yuri, or you don't get credit for it.
So there seems to also be an undercurrent. I'm looking at kind of what's coming up down the show, and also I guess there's some manga that I can look at.
I'm sure there
to
is.
see where it's going. It seems like there is actually a plot around dragons
Aha.
leaving the dragon world,
There
and
you
there's
go.
some sort of war among the dragons and some nonsense going on. So bit by bit, these dragons get attracted here, but it might go somewhere.
Thank you for mentioning the best part of this show. Much like Fancy Lala, which has a plot about dinosaurs, Dragon Maid has a plot about dragons. They allude to it, showing you that when the dragon met the maid dragon,
she was dying.
She had a big ass,
some sort of Excalibur.
Yeah, this big ass awesome sword stabbed in her, and she was wounded, and she got healed, and she doesn't want to go back to the dragon world, and the dragon world is full of humans who know magic and fight with dragons, and it's like, dude, why did you make this garbage show? You could have just given me a show about that dragon world, a fantasy show, and cut out all this maid bullshit.
If season 2 where the dragons come and fuck up this world, or
if you just give me I only want to see.
Or they all go back to the other world.
It's like all I care about is the stuff happening in the fantasy world with the wizards, the knights, and the actual dragon form dragons breathing fire on them. If that was 90% of the show, I would watch that. But it's only 1% of this show. And that's the part that's it's like, just give me tidbits of the good stuff.
Yep.
It's like someone else is watching the show thinking, oh man, the boobs are the good stuff. No, I don't care about that sword business. And that's a person who I should take a sword to.
Get you an anime that can do both.
Sure, but this doesn't do both. It just pretends to do one, right? It's like, if it did even half the show was about the other dragon world, I'd be down. But it's like, you get 1 second, if you're lucky, of other dragon world in each episode.
Now, on the other hand, that does.
And I don't got time for that. I could just watch an actual fantasy anime.
Well, like Dragon Half. If you want Dragon Girl,
I can just watch Slayers again.
Yeah. Well, you've never seen the Slayers that actually has dragons in it.
I could watch that instead of Dragon Maid, and that would be a great choice.
We should, because me and Emily, because you guys had never seen Slayers Next, and remember, so we watched it. I've got all of Laura's DVDs still of Slayers Try, which is the next season.
Well, let's watch that then.
You know what the plot is?
Dragon Slave.
The plot of Slayers Try, it kind of like.
What do they try to do?
So you find out that for all of Slayers up to this point, the world they're in, there's an edge to it, and it seems like it's been surrounded by this magic shield. No one can get in or out. And the shield suddenly disappears.
And people fall off the edge?
Nope. So Lena and all them are like, let's fucking go out there in a boat and see what's out there.
Oh, it's water outside there?
Yeah, and you know what's out there?
More land.
Nobody knows magic, and everyone's mad weak.
Okay.
So they're super powerful, and there's dragon plots and stuff.
No, but the dragon's out there.
Well, there are 2 dragons who are just in the party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do also like how in
Is
her dragon
Zalmaguster
form,
in it?
She's kind of just Toru's just kind of big and fat and weird dragon derp with her magic powers.
But there's no Zalmaguster?
Oh no, I'm talking about Mr. Kobayashi. I went back to Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Oh, that show could use some Zalmaguster.
Are also kind of derpy and bulbous in some sense.
All right.
Nah, we will do that. That'll be the next big show we'll watch. We'll watch Slayers Try.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a review of it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess what makes this show tolerable is that the joke isn't just, oh my god, she's a dragon. It gets a little, it keeps changing up a little bit. It usually seems to center around, remember when they go to the park to play, and basically they're shocked that she doesn't have any powers, and they really, really overestimate humans at every step of the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But yeah, it's a cute, lighthearted show about dragon girls and some other character. Let's see, there's...
it's not an anime to run screaming from. It's an anime to watch if you like this sort of thing, or if you've already watched all the other animes and you want to watch another anime.
It's like a lighthearted thing to watch while you're eating dinner, but it's not something you're going to shotgun through like Gundam Seed.
Yeah, I don't need to watch more than the 5 episodes I already watched.
Hey, here's a picture of Toru's father.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Goblin, bunch of monsters, Quetzalcoatl, yeah. I don't know exactly where the show goes. I just know that according to the manga,
I don't
there's some
care
sort
other
of
than the
higher
plot.
plot.
Just tell me what the actual plot is. I don't need to watch this.
Something about chaos dragons, as far as I can tell.
Why is it too? It should be way simpler than that. It should just.
I think there's 2 dragon factions.
Okay.
That's all I know. There are 2 dragon factions.
So all the dragons we've met so far are in the same faction.
Oh, no. So Elma belongs to the Order faction, the rival to Toru's Chaos faction.
Elma's the kid one?
No, Kana is the kid one.
Okay.
You've already lost all the hair.
I don't care.
You don't care? You lost it? You're done?
I don't care.
All right.
Who cares?
Someone out there cares.
Sure.
Boop. That's probably a good enough show.
Hmm.
All right, I'm going to stop this. Oh, let's see what people had to say. I got the things here. Let's see. Have you seen the title for episode 7? We need blah blah. Slayer's tries. Yeah, I wouldn't call Slayer's try good either, but it's another Slayer's. All right, let me do the Patreon thing. Patreon. Oh no, I'm not logged in. 2-factor. Patreon. Oh. All right. I just need the list of patrons. What is going on? Did they change the menu? Here we go. Patron manager. And the Patreon patrons for this episode of Geek Nights are Alan Joyce, Rebecca Dunn, Nicholas Brandow. Oh, I actually wasn't recording. Son of a fuck. Let's try that again. There we go. And the Patreon patrons for this episode of Geek Nights, in order of the amount of money they give us on a continuing basis, are Alan Joyce, Rebecca Dunn, Nicholas Brandow, Heidi McNichol, Amanda Duchette, great job, emoji, Ivy Faye, MyStady.com, William Eisenrose, Jeremy Weiner. Well, Tomato hasn't always been this glam. I was a drab little crab, Chris Reimer, and Thomas Hahn. Christian Coots, marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage, that breast arrangement. Shervin Von Hoare, Rare Lavelle, James David White, Rochelle Montanona, Superboy. I paid $5 to make Rim say baboon. Brian Fisher, Sailor Vista, Matthew Smith, Don Schleich, Shart Option, Joshua Joestar, Tyler Eller, Sean Yeager, Sam Cordery, Clinton Walton, Ren from New Zealand, Ryan Parent, Drew Openlander, Brian Cedrone, A Rodent of Unusual Size, Redacted, Chris Midkiff, Chris Knox, Daniel Redmond, Sean Klein, Chris Reimer, and Thomas Hahn. Yep, Geek Nights continues. I got nothing particularly inspiring to say right now. Now I leave you with something from The Princess Bride.